remains waterproof on this side. It did require some stretching out because it's not as stretchy as I would have liked it, but now I use 1, 2, and then I have my top layer. The top layer is what I would, or obviously if the baby pees or poops, I would remove this and wash it, but you can keep your pee pads and stuff under here as well. And then this is my top layer. Always 3 layers so that you can kind of keep your bumps and your levels really nice and smooth, and you can kind of keep away those wrinkles. It's going to save you a lot of time editing. How I set this up, I made this with black pipe, but you can make this with PVC pipe as well. Like I said, I have this set up on a table so that I'm not hunching over and leaning on the baby, and then I have this nice sturdy, this is an incredibly heavy basket, so that if I need to step on it and shoot down on the baby, I can. If I need to sit down, I can. And then I also have my bean bags that I work with. Grab it. So these bean bags are also by Cloud9. I have 2 sets because I love working with them.
Nice one.
Comes with a nice big 10-pounder, and then it has a medium size and then a baby size. So I use these for posing and getting those really awesome curves, and kind of like those peaks and steeps with the baby. And I keep these on here as well. The really nice thing about the Cloud9 beanbag is that it has, you guys can come and feel it, it has a front ridge so that it keeps the beanbag from creating a dip. So every once in a while I'll take the beanbag out, I kind of re-fluff it up, but I know that this front edge will always remain nice and firm, which is, if you're used to working with a beanbag, you'll see, like with this beanbag for instance, over time, if you're sitting here working with baby, over time you're going to start getting this slope, and it's going to start padding down. So that ridge keeps it nice and firm, so that you don't have to worry about your surface getting destroyed, which is why it's also very important to tell little kids and families to not sit on the beanbag. I think that's a huge benefit of having it on a table, because then nobody sits on it. I do have my black pipe connected to the wall on that side. And then what I do is I have, when I set up my backdrop every single time, I have 2 clips. One clip is for the fabric that's staying on the pipe that's not getting removed.
Which is the waterproof one.
Right. Okay. Then I have my second clips that I use for doing this. The reason why is because you want to keep this nice and tight, which you can see that this needs to be refixed. The smoother this surface is, the smoother your final surface is going to be. Less wrinkles, more smooth surface, great depth of field, super smooth blurry background, no wrinkles to edit out. It also comes in part with making out the right backdrops. I buy all of these from Joann's. It's 2 yards worth of fabric, and I make sure it's nice and stretchy. So I will stretch it on. Well, let's just pretend that this isn't on at all. Would you mind unclipping the sides over there? Let's just pretend. Well, we could totally switch this out too if you wanted to pick a different.
So this is in the.
You need a girl one anyways.
They call it the like athletic section. There's like jersey knit and athletics.
Okay.
And that's right. Yeah.
Will you unclip that top one? This they just have a giant section that I just go through and I touch everything. I had used this if it was going to be an issue, or I always try to wash my products before and after and stuff like that. So I would just kind of throw it on the ground and send it off to the washer. So I'm pretty sure we have a girl coming up. If you guys want to pick out a fabric that you love, how about this one? I haven't shopped this one. Yeah, pretty.
Yes.
Okay. So how I would set this up on the beanbag, lay this out, and then I work top, side, bottom, and I go in that order. So I will go to the top first, stretch it out, not too much, because you also don't, when you have patterns in here, you don't want it to get skewed and disshaped. Stretch it out a little bit tighter. Let it fall a little bit so that it's perfect. And then the top, perfect. And then this is when I will do the sides. I will walk all the way around. I will pinch that side, pull it nice and tight. Good. And then I will do these sides. And again, pull it nice and forward. There now? Yep. Just move it. See, it's on a rail. Perfect. And then I will take my last few over here.
I would be able to do that with my
Perfect.
Like
Isn't
the
that nice?
sculpt.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
And that's how I'll work it. And then this is the surface that I'll have the baby on. Okay?
mm-hmm.
Any questions about the beanbag?